Why? I always forget to take my glasses off. Okay, well, it's Saturday, 12th of November. ...2011. And the first thing I'm going to do today is get my training running for the next race that I'm taking part in, which is the rugged Radnich 10km multi-terrain race in Radnich near High Wycombe a week on Sunday. Right, we're heading towards the woods, which I'm very fortunate to live quite close to. My name's Philip Linton, I'm a painter. One of my interests in life is running, which I've been doing for about 30 years. We're now approaching Caesar's camp on the 9 mile ride. Bracknell, Berkshire. Busy road. Goodness, it's a pheasant. First time I've seen one of those over here. Now comes the first serious bit of running. And you need to practice these hills because the rugged Radnich has got at least two really steep hills. Oh, we've got blue sky. That's settle down a little bit now, relax. The route we're doing today is about 4 miles. It's one of my regular routes. It's a combination of flats and hills. It's got a bit of everything. I started running when I started driving, mainly due to a concern over loss of fitness. I played tennis for many years, but I didn't cycle. I didn't learn to drive till I was 30, when I realised that I needed a little bit more to keep myself relatively fit, and with the cost of everything involved, running was easily the best option. Now we're on the top of Caesar's Camp. Take a breather along here. Very popular with dog walkers. Morning. I've taken part in over 600 athletic events, about 580 of those being races, and the rest being a mixture of shot, javelin, high jump, bits and pieces from when I used to run for the club. But now I'm 63, I tend to do my own thing. It doesn't include throwing javelins. Okay, so we're out of Caesar's Camp, around the bend, around the corner. Someone else over there doing a bit of running. There's plenty of people over here with dogs and things. Right, we're on the Crown Estate on the Newtown ride. This is Swinley Forest. The last 2 years of my life I've been semi-retired, painting canvases, doing a little bit of other odd work here and there. I've been painting all my life. I'm an abstract expressionist and colourist. If one wants to put a label, that's about as near as you're going to get. And I seek essences of spirit in my work. Okay. This is obviously the flat bit. I've also been fortunate enough to see the world's best racehorses. That's horse racing is another one of my hobbies. I've been fortunate enough to see the likes of Mill Reef, Nijinsky, Sindar, see the stars, and I've managed to get across the sea to see 3 Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. I've been to about 20 race courses in France, England and Ireland. Spent a wonderful holiday near Tralee and attended the Killarney races. It's very special. Okay. I've got 5 grandchildren. Jack and Sebastian, 13 and 9, both playing for all the shop football teams. And Lily, likes gymnastics and dancing, ballet. They're the children of Chris and Claire. Chris is my son. He has his own lighting business. It's going quite well and giving me a little bit of work, so helps to keep me in business. I have a daughter who lives in Norwich. Catherine is married to Ben. Catherine and Ben have 2 children. Martha, who's 2, started preschool week before last, and young Felix is a matter of months old and has just gone into his own bed. Okay, can get a little bit of breath back running down here. That time we had a picture of the runner, I think. Good morning. As you can see, we're heading uphill with the Army firing ranges in front. I'm married to Caroline. She's a lovely lady. She works in a coffee shop in these woods, so hopefully we can pop along and see her later on. We've been married since 1974, and of course she is a truly wonderful person. No kidding. We've been watching the jury this week, and they're quite entertaining. And Caroline went up to London yesterday to the Country Living exhibition. Luckily I can cook, and it's one of those things I've become quite interested in. Oh, I put my foot in a puddle. That wasn't clever. Luckily I have my waterproof multi-terrain running shoes on today. Although I think my feet are wet. Anyway. Watched a bit of television last night. In particular, Rapsy Nesbitt. And John Sargent went up to see him. That was very funny. Okay, so now we're on the Devil's Highway. This is a stretch that, if I kept on running in this direction, would either end up in Crowthorne, Broadmoor on the left. This is a wonderful place, Swinley Forest, and I cannot exaggerate how important the open spaces are to me, to everybody that uses this area. In fact, everyone needs open space. More dog walkers, more dogs. Okay, now we must be careful we don't slip over here. Slip around slightly to the left and down this, through this extremely slippery area, minding the dogs as we go. Right, We won't get lost now, we've got telegraph poles to follow. Ain't it easy when you're running downhill? I don't think singing's called for just a moment. Should have bought a Dylan soundtrack really. Listened to Self-Portrait before we came out. Maybe not his best album, but I like it. I suppose in common with many people, Blood on the Tracks, maybe his best album. I think this is a hill. It's easier on the bike, well, maybe not. There's a Camberley Bracknell Road. I'm still here, up the hill. Okay. I'm not really a masochist, it's just that when you do these multi-terrain races, you simply got to be resilient. They are great fun. I'm wearing my Hurstbourne Terrain t-shirt. This is for a race I did earlier in the year. Out in the country, the other side of Newbury. Yet another hill. Morning. Right, we seem to be heading back. That's slightly delusional. That's unlike the going out. There's lots of twists and turns on the road back. No direction home. I do like other people besides Bob Dylan. Neil Young, The Doors. A few Rolling Stones. I've gone back to, I used to have all my music on the computer, but I actually find it so much more accessible using an old-fashioned player, although I haven't got vinyl anymore. CDs, which I have a very good collection, a mixture of world music, classical, blues. I was lucky, when I was a teenager, no discos or live music. I can remember going to see Lulu once in the Silver Ring at Ascot, and I've seen Pink Floyd at Reading University, all the Trogs ones, John Mayall, Alan Price, Georgie Fame, Stevie Wonder. I suppose it would have been nice to have gone to a few latter day festivals, but can't do everything. I have my own website, Gallery Glavina. Over 20,000 visitors. Not a success though, although we do manage to sell the odd painting, especially to my son, who's probably been my best customer. Here we go. She's through the trees, up the hill. I've run with my son-in-law Ben a few times, and with my son Christian. Both pretty reasonable. I used to coach down at Bratton Athletic Club and run for them till injuries forced me to call it a day. But luckily, with the help of a physio and some special exercises, I managed to get going again. So we keep on running and we keep on doing the races, and I thought I'd run 600 races, and then on a recount I realised that some of them were javelin and hammer and triple jump. The only thing I haven't done actually is the high hurdles, which is definitely beyond a short fellow like me. Right, I don't know why I'm showing a picture of myself running up a hill. We had a fire here a few months ago, and you can see the evidence still, where unfortunately so much of the woodland was burnt. But it is recovering. I'm sure, given nature's resilience, in a few years the fire will be a memory. And let's pray, dear God, please, no more forest fires. Right, doing alright. So the aim is of course to actually run 600 proper running races, albeit whatever distance. I have done the 100 metres a few times, definitely not my scene, but I've also run 3 marathons. The first marathon I ever ran was Andover, where I was fortunate enough to take it steady and come home in 16 seconds, under 3 hours. I was pretty hooked after that, really. I've also run marathons, slightly longer but not that much, at Portland and Weymouth, where I think I was 17th out of 75, and Plymouth, where despite finishing a reasonable time of 3 hours 25 minutes, I had an absolutely horrid race. In fact, I was running with my eyes closed with 6 miles to go, dying on my feet, when the leading lady came by with a fanfare of lights and motorbikes, and somehow that got me going again, and I finished okay. But it was a tough race and I've been injured. But I've run quite some interesting places. All Hallows, Worthing, Much Wenlock. Reminds me of the Much Wenlock Olympian Games, where I ran in the Shropshire Mile and finished last. I ran at the Much Wenlock 100th Olympic Games. It's a great place. All runners, if they can, should compete in the Much Wenlock Olympic Games. I also run in the Robert Dover Games near Chipping Camden, which is a 5-mile multi-terrain race, which I finished second in 3 times. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Be very careful here because I have fallen over on occasion. Your mind. The thing about running is it's really therapeutic, and you can drift off into thought and settle a few issues. But if you're running on routes, you just chip one, you can go right over, and as I know to my cost, you can graze yourself quite badly. Still, probably wouldn't damage myself as much as I might on a mountain bike, which my son has done. Come on, a right cropper. Someone's bike over there. Looks like a motorbike. We used to get a few of those over here, but I haven't seen any for a long time. See quite a few deer if you're lucky, if you get up early enough, or catch them at dusk. And also foxes. There's quite a few foxes over here. Right. So, running down the lane. I'm pleased to say everything is still intact. I haven't fallen over. This is a nice, gentle run down. Oh, that's alright. Not that far to go now. Okay. Hope that didn't make you dizzy, but I thought we might have a bit of panorama. So what am I going to do with the rest of the day? Well, we've got a birthday party tomorrow. My wife's 78-year-old mother. She's chosen beef bourguignon, so PH will have to go out and get the ingredients for that. Do the usual check on the computer for emails. Right. Morning. Buy the paper, read through the reviews, see what films I should watch. Last film scene, one about the pirate ship in the North Sea. Something rocks. It's quite fun. Quite fond of world cinema. 2046 being one of my favourite films. Better not say Blade Runner, although I liked it. My mother is still alive, she's 86, lives in North Ascot. She came over with my father, late father, unfortunately died of Alzheimer's several years ago after the war. He was a soldier. She was a French girl living in Nogent-sur-Marne on the outskirts of Paris, and they came back together to live at a village called Eton Wick, where I was brought up for the first 12 and a half years of my life. And we were talking, honey, we were talking the other day, I got fired from the choir for hiding under the pews with two of my friends. Naughty boy. Right. Well, this has been... I've enjoyed this run, even with holding the camera. Another one over there, you see, in a white t-shirt. You go down the other end, the lookout where the cafe is, that'll be full now, that'll be full of cars. Lots of bikers, runners, walkers. Always busy. So please, I've got one message to the powers that be, and I'm not political, not really, although I hate to see foolishness and greed. There certainly seems to be a lot of greed the last few years. Please leave our woods more or less the way they are. People travel quite a distance to get here. Well, the M3 is relatively close, and there's not many open space areas. I know it's a planted forest, but it has a great charm and wilderness feel about it, and there's a lot of it. I remember once and I didn't know this area too well, and we had people coming to dinner, and I went out for my Sunday morning run, ended up in Bagshot. How am I going to get home? Reverse call to my wife, please can you come and pick me up? Thankfully she did, and miraculously we did manage to get the dinner on the table for our guests. Another time I think I got lost over here for about 3 hours. I don't tend to do long races now. I get tremendous enjoyment out of multi-terrain races, 5 to 6 miles. Right, last leg, we're approaching the road. You can probably see the relief on my face. Okay, what a lovely, lovely view. Steady, steady. I'm fortunate to have 3 of my grandchildren living near me, and sometimes I pick them up from school and bring them home. Do some toast. Sebastian likes honey and Lily likes Nutella. Chocolate spread. Right, here's the road again. This is only the bit part you have to be careful because it's very busy and there's a lip there, you can't see it. So you best wait, make sure there's nothing coming before we make that last dash. Now we're on the back path. Running down. Running down into the last quarter of a mile. I'm lucky really because I'm still running, and at the end of my races I always seem to be able to raise the gallop. I have actually got 10 county medals, 3 of them on the trot in the Berkshire men's steeplechase, which I won 3 years on the trot and never faced another opponent from Berkshire, otherwise I certainly wouldn't have won. True. I was individual 3rd in the Vets cross country once at Prospect Park Reading. That's probably the best one on merit. Anyway, doesn't really matter. My son's got 11, he could have had a lot more. It's not important. What's important, in fact, what's important for anybody is to get out and do something. Don't sit on the sofa too much. Don't watch that TV too much. Do something for yourself. No matter what it is. Carve a niche. I'm obviously feeling happy as we approach the last 200 metres. In fact, I'm feeling it's been a good run. I ran on Thursday, it was absolutely awful. Could hardly pick my feet up. Here we go. Hamworth Road. Someone's been over the edge. I'm on the edge. Into the straight. Go on, I'm at the races. Hennessy Gold Cup 2 weeks, wonderful. Here we go. Trees have shed their leaves pretty much now. It took a bit of time autumn this year. A lot of good weather. Okay. Good morning. There she is. Home sweet home. Running down. We're done.